There is a quiet stillness within you, a sacred space that has always been untouched by circumstance, a space where your soul remembers its eternal home. And it is here, in this silence, that you are about to discover something so profound, so unshakably true, that it will forever change the way you look at your life. Life, as you know it, is not the sum of your failures, your losses, or your disappointments. Life is not measured by what has been taken from you, nor by the closed doors you encounter along your journey. No, life is a living, breathing expression of the divine, a constant unfolding of possibility, and this very moment is the perfect doorway into a miracle that has been waiting just for you. I want you to take a deep breath and hear these words as if they are being spoken directly to your soul. God is about to surprise you. God is about to open a window where you only see walls. God is about to release a river of grace into the dry and barren fields of your heart. And you may not yet see it, you may not yet feel it, but the divine never works hurriedly. The divine never rushes, and yet the timing is always perfect. The universe conspires in your favor, even when you feel utterly alone, even when every effort you have made seems to have failed. There is a creative intelligence at work, an infinite source of wisdom and love that has never left your side, that has never forgotten your name, that knows the deepest desires of your heart before you even speak them aloud. You see, too often we measure our lives by the walls that have risen around us. We look at closed doors and broken dreams and we whisper to ourselves, "This is as far as I can go." But let me tell you, your limitations are illusions and your failures are only the fertile soil where the divine will plants seeds of unimaginable beauty. Every pain, every setback, every moment of despair is a divine invitation to surrender. And surrender does not mean weakness. Surrender means alignment. Surrender means letting go of the ego's desperate need to control, to predict, to fix, and allowing the infinite wisdom of the divine to guide you. Can you feel it? The soft, gentle whisper that says, "I am here. I have never left. I have never abandoned you." That whisper is the voice of your soul, the voice of God within you, reminding you that you are not your mistakes, you are not your past, and you are certainly not the sum of the fears that have held you hostage. You are far more magnificent than your doubts, far more powerful than your circumstances, and far more worthy of love than you have ever been told. And right now, this very instant, you are being called to awaken to that truth. Consider this. Every door that has closed, every relationship that has ended, every job that slipped through your fingers, every dream that seemed impossible, these are not punishments. They are not signs of failure. They are simply the divine clearing space for something new, something greater, something that aligns perfectly with the essence of who you truly are. And when you finally release the grip of fear, when you finally stop resisting and fighting, when you let go of the past and all its burdens, you will feel the shift. You will feel the current of life carrying you effortlessly toward the miracles you have longed for. I want you to imagine for a moment a river. This river has been flowing for eons, its waters sparkling with the reflection of the stars, whispering secrets of the universe to the stones and trees along its banks. Now imagine that you are standing at the edge of this river, parched and weary, and yet the waters are reaching out to you, inviting you to step in, to immerse yourself, to be cleansed and renewed. That river is the presence of God, flowing endlessly, tirelessly through every part of your life. And no matter how dry the land seems, no matter how cracked the soil of your heart may appear, those waters are always reaching for you, ready to awaken you to a life of abundance, joy, and divine purpose. Many of us have been taught to measure our worth by what we accomplish, by the approval we receive, by the validation of others. But the truth, the eternal truth, is that your value is intrinsic. You are a divine being created in the image of infinite love. You are already enough. You are already complete. And when you embrace this truth, when you live from the knowing that you are sufficient, that you are whole, you will find doors opening in ways you never could have imagined. Opportunities will arise that were previously invisible. Relationships will deepen in ways that bring healing, not pain. And your heart, once burdened with doubt and fear, will soar in the freedom of knowing that God's grace has always been sufficient. I invite you now to release every resentment, every bitterness, every story of betrayal that you have carried. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. Forgiveness unshackles the soul and allows the spirit to rise. When you forgive, you are not condoning wrongs. You are simply recognizing that you are stepping into the power of your own divine freedom. And in that freedom, you create space for God to work wonders in your life. You create space for miracles that have been waiting patiently for the perfect moment to manifest. Let us talk about fear for a moment. Fear is the great deceiver. Fear whispers you are alone, you are powerless, you will never overcome. But the soul knows differently. The soul knows that you are never alone, that you have always been equipped with everything you need, that the power of the universe flows through you in every heartbeat, in every breath. When fear arises, do not fight it. Do not resist it. Instead, let it come and let it go. Observe it. Thank it for reminding you that you are alive. And then, with a gentle smile, turn back to the truth. God is about to surprise you. God is about to reveal to you what you could not see. God is about to shift the landscape of your life in a way that will leave you breathless with awe. Perhaps you have been waiting for signs, for confirmations, for some external proof that change is possible. I want you to know that the proof is already within you. The proof is in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the stillness of your mind when the world grows quiet. The proof is in the divine spark that has never left you, that has never doubted you, that has never stopped loving you. And when you attune to that inner truth, when you allow the divine to guide you rather than resist you, you will see that every closed door was simply the preparation for the opening of a door far greater than you could have imagined. Your life is not a series of random events. Your challenges are not punishments. Your mistakes are not failures. Everything is orchestrated by a love so vast, so infinite, that it cannot be measured by human standards. Every setback, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt is a stepping stone toward awakening, toward the realization that your life is a sacred work of art, crafted not by your hand alone, but by the infinite Creator who knows you intimately and loves you without condition. So I invite you here and now to step forward in faith. Step forward knowing that God's power is not something distant or separate. It is within you. It is the very essence of who you are. When you let go of control, when you release the need to understand every twist and turn, you will discover that life is not a struggle to survive, but a dance to be enjoyed, a river to be experienced, a miracle to be witnessed in real time. And as you move through this life, remember that every challenge is an invitation to grow, every obstacle an opportunity to awaken, every moment a chance to step into the truth of who you are. The divine has not abandoned you. The divine has not forgotten you. And in this very moment, the universe is aligning, conspiring, orchestrating a symphony of blessings that is uniquely yours. God is about to surprise you. Your life is about to change forever. And when it does, you will look back on every closed door, every heartbreak, every fear, and you will smile, because you will know that it was all part of a perfect divine plan, a plan that led you to the freedom, joy, and abundance you were always meant to experience. Trust, surrender, awaken. The divine is calling, and miracles are already on their way. And now, as you breathe in the stillness of this moment, allow yourself to sense the vastness of possibility that surrounds you. You have walked through storms before, and yet, here you are. Each scar, each tear, each restless night has not diminished you. It has prepared you. It has prepared you to receive what you could not have received before, to understand what you could not have understood before, to rise in ways you never imagined possible. The divine does not bring blessings to the unready. The divine brings clarity, insight, and strength to the one who has endured, to the heart that has remained open even when the world grew harsh, to the spirit that still dares to believe in miracles. Perhaps you have felt the weight of disappointment pressing upon your chest, or the heaviness of a dream deferred, lingering in your heart. Know this, nothing has been wasted. Every experience has been a lesson, every hardship a teacher, every closed door a guidepost directing you toward the path that aligns with your highest good. And when you release the grip on what you thought your life should look like, when you stop trying to force outcomes, you make room for the divine to orchestrate a reality far more magnificent than anything your mind could conceive. Imagine, just for a moment, a garden hidden deep within your being. For years, it may have been untended, overgrown with doubts, fears, and regrets. But even in its quiet neglect, life has been stirring beneath the surface. Seeds have been planted, seeds of hope, seeds of wisdom, seeds of courage, and now, when the time is right, the sun of divine grace shines upon that garden. The rains of understanding fall gently and slowly, steadily, those seeds begin to sprout. Buds of insight appear where despair once grew. Flowers of joy bloom where sorrow once lay. And you, the gardener, awaken to the wonder that life has always been nurturing you, preparing you, shaping you for this precise moment of awakening. You may ask yourself, why now? Why me? And the answer is both simple and profound, because you are ready. Because the universe has been waiting for this very alignment of heart, mind, and soul. Because God's timing is perfect, and it is never late. You are not too broken, not too flawed, not too late for this transformation. In fact, it is often those who have walked the longest, those who have faced the deepest darkness, who are most prepared to receive the light of miracles. And as that light touches you, it will illuminate paths you never saw, opportunities you never imagined, and possibilities that have been waiting quietly, patiently for you to claim them. Consider how often you have doubted your own worth, how often you have measured yourself by standards that were never meant for you. Let that go. Release it now. You are not defined by what you lack, by the mistakes you have made, or by the judgments of others. You are defined by the eternal spark within you, the divine essence that is your true self, the part of you that has always known the truth, that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are capable of receiving all that life and God have intended for you. And when you embrace this truth, when you allow it to penetrate the deepest layers of your being, you begin to move through life differently, not with fear, but with faith, not with doubt, but with trust, not with hesitation, but with courage. It is in this state of openness that miracles begin to flow. Perhaps they will come as answers you never thought possible, perhaps as opportunities that seem to appear from nowhere, perhaps as insights so profound that they shift your perspective entirely. And when they arrive, you will recognize them not as accidents, not as luck, but as the natural unfolding of divine love in your life. The universe does not make mistakes. Every encounter, every challenge, every twist and turn has been orchestrated to bring you closer to your true purpose, to awaken you to your highest potential, to remind you that God has never stopped working on your behalf. And so, take a moment to imagine your life as a canvas. The past has left its marks, some bold and some faint, but they are only part of the picture. You hold the brush now, guided by the hand of the divine. With each stroke, you create beauty, harmony, and meaning. You are not bound by previous patterns, not limited by old regrets, not trapped by fears that once held you hostage. You are free to paint the masterpiece of your life, to step into the brilliance that is your birthright, to claim the joy, love, and abundance that have always been waiting for you. Listen closely to the quiet whisper within. That is the voice of God, the voice of your soul, calling you to trust, to surrender, and to embrace the life you have always been destined to live. Every breath you take is infused with possibility. Every moment is pregnant with potential. And when you finally allow yourself to believe, to fully surrender, to open your heart without reservation, you will witness the extraordinary truth that the divine has been moving, always moving, to bring you into the fullness of your destiny. So step forward now, not cautiously, not hesitantly, but boldly. Step forward with faith as your compass, love as your guide, and trust as your constant companion. Step forward knowing that God is about to surprise you, that your life is about to change forever, and that the miracles that have long been waiting for you are already making their way into your experience. You are not alone. You are never alone. And as you embrace this truth, as you live it fully, you will discover the unimaginable freedom, the profound joy, and the boundless love that has always been your birthright. And as you continue walking this path, notice how the burdens you have carried begin to feel lighter, almost imperceptible. The weight of regret, the heaviness of resentment, the fear of repeating old mistakes, they begin to dissolve like mist under the morning sun. And you realize something profound. You were never meant to carry these burdens alone. They were never yours to cling to. They were meant to teach you, to refine you, and to guide you toward the recognition of your own inner power. Each struggle was a teacher, each disappointment a doorway, each heartbreak a key. And now the locks are opening, slowly, gently, perfectly timed, as God orchestrates the symphony of your awakening. Can you feel the gentle stirring inside you, a subtle but persistent movement? That is the divine within, awakening you to the truth that you are not the sum of your problems, not the weight of your past, not the scars of yesterday. You are a living expression of infinite intelligence, a reflection of timeless love, a vessel through which miracles flow effortlessly. And when you understand this, when you truly embody it, life begins to shift in ways that are subtle at first, almost imperceptible, and then suddenly, undeniably, breathtakingly, you find yourself standing in the midst of a miracle you never could have planned, a blessing you never could have imagined, a life more abundant and more radiant than your mind ever dared to conceive. Consider for a moment the metaphor of a seed buried in darkness. You may have planted it years ago. You may have watered it inconsistently, doubted it constantly, questioned whether it would ever sprout, and yet, deep beneath the soil, unseen, untouched by the winds of doubt or the storms of fear, life has been preparing itself. Roots have grown unseen but steady. Energy from the sun, filtered through the clouds, has nourished it. And one day, not according to your schedule, not at the time you demanded, but at the perfect, divinely appointed moment, that seed breaks through the soil, reaches for the sky, and blossoms in radiant beauty. That seed is your life. That breakthrough is your awakening. And God is about to make it happen, not because you forced it, not because you begged for it, but because you are ready to receive it fully. And perhaps you ask, why me? Why now? The answer is as simple as it is profound. Because your soul has been calling for this. Because the universe has been orchestrating every detail to bring you here. Because the divine plan is always perfect, and its timing is always precise. There is no accident in your journey, no randomness in the steps you have taken, no coincidences in the doors that have opened or closed. Every experience, every challenge, every joy, and every sorrow has been guiding you to this precise moment where you stand at the threshold of transformation, ready to receive the gifts that have been waiting for you. I want you to see yourself now as a magnificent vessel, polished by every trial, strengthened by every challenge, purified by every disappointment, and ready to receive the infinite love, guidance, and abundance of the divine. You are a mirror reflecting the light of creation, a conduit through which miracles are expressed, a living testament to the power of surrender, trust, and faith. And as you stand in this awareness, as you breathe this truth into the very marrow of your being, you will notice doors opening that were previously invisible. Opportunities will arise that seem almost magical. Relationships will deepen, align perfectly with the soul connections that were always meant to be. And your heart, once heavy with doubt, will soar in the boundless freedom of knowing that the divine has never left you and never will. Now, let us talk about fear, for it is often the final barrier to experiencing the fullness of life. Fear whispers lies. You are not ready. You are not enough. You cannot handle this. But the truth, the eternal truth, is that you have always been ready. You have always been enough. You have always been capable. Fear is only a shadow, a temporary illusion, a reminder that the ego is still clinging to control. And when you shine the light of consciousness upon it, when you recognize it, acknowledge it, and then release it, it evaporates, leaving only the clarity, the courage, and the profound sense of peace that comes from living aligned with the divine. Think of life as a vast ocean, infinite in its depth and wisdom. The surface may sometimes appear turbulent, with waves of challenge and storms of circumstance, but beneath the surface lies a calm, unshakable stillness. That stillness is your true nature. That stillness is God within you. And when you dive beneath the waves of fear, when you sink into that infinite calm, you discover the truth that nothing can harm you, nothing can separate you from your divine essence, nothing can limit the miraculous life that is your birthright. And what about the past, that long shadow that sometimes seems to follow us wherever we go? It is time to release it. The past is not a prison, it is a teacher. Every regret, every mistake, every heartbreak has served its purpose, to bring you here, to awaken you, to prepare you for this moment of divine revelation. And when you forgive the past, not just others, but yourself, you unchain your soul. You lift the veil that obscured your vision. You create space for miracles, abundance, and love to flow freely into your life. Forgiveness is not a weakness. It is the ultimate act of strength, the highest form of liberation, and the doorway through which the divine enters fully into your experience. And now, as you stand on the precipice of this new reality, hear this. God is about to surprise you in ways that exceed your imagination. It may come as a whisper, a gentle nudge, a small but profound opportunity. It may come as a tidal wave of grace, a moment of undeniable clarity, an encounter that shifts your entire life trajectory. Whatever form it takes, know that it is perfectly designed for you, aligned with your highest good, and orchestrated by the infinite intelligence of the universe. You have been patient, you have endured, you have remained faithful even when hope seemed distant. And now, in this sacred moment, all that you have longed for, all that you have prayed for, all that your soul has quietly dreamed in the stillness of the night is being brought forth. And as it arrives, you will feel an overwhelming sense of awe, of gratitude, of uncontainable joy. For you will know deep within that you are loved beyond measure, guided without fail, and supported in every step by the eternal hand of God. And so I invite you, here and now, to step forward fully, courageously, and without reservation. Step forward with faith as your compass, trust as your guide, and love as your constant companion. Step into the new reality that is awaiting you, the life that has always been yours to claim, the miracles that have been patiently waiting for you to awaken and receive them. You are not alone. You are never alone. And in the fullness of this knowing, you will discover the boundless power, infinite love, and limitless potential that has always been your birthright. And now, as you stand on the edge of this awakening, feel the pulse of life beneath your feet, the rhythm of the universe echoing in your heart. Every breath you take is a symphony, every heartbeat a reminder that you are alive, that you are here, that you are ready. And in this readiness, something extraordinary begins to stir, a quiet, profound knowing that the impossible is not only possible, but already in motion, already reaching toward you. You do not need to force it. You do not need to chase it. You only need to open the doors within, to release the walls you have built around your heart, and allow the divine to pour through. Notice how your mind begins to soften, how the chatter of doubt and fear begins to fade into the background, like clouds parting to reveal the infinite sky. In their place rises a gentle clarity, a luminous awareness that you are more than your circumstances, more than your mistakes, more than the stories you have told yourself about what is possible. You are a living miracle, a spark of the infinite, a soul infinitely capable of creating, receiving, and embodying all the beauty that life has prepared for you. And as you feel this truth coursing through you, you understand that the divine has never left, has never doubted you, and has always been quietly, patiently orchestrating the perfect unfolding of your life. Imagine, just for a moment, a vast ocean of golden light. It stretches beyond your vision, endless, eternal. And within it, every sorrow you have carried dissolves. Every regret is washed away. Every fear melts like morning mist. You are floating, fully supported, fully cradled by the presence of God. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to resist. All that remains is a perfect, radiant peace, a knowing that your life is being transformed, that your path is being illuminated, that your soul is awakening to the limitless possibilities that have always been yours to claim. And as you rest in this awareness, understand this: life is not a puzzle to be solved. It is a song to be sung. Each note, each pause, each rise and fall is composed with intention, orchestrated with love, designed to awaken the depths of your soul. And you, dear one, are both the singer and the audience, the creator and the witness, the miracle and the one who marvels at it. There is a beauty in surrender, a liberation in trust, a joy in knowing that you do not have to carry the weight of life alone. The universe is dancing with you, breathing with you, celebrating your presence, your awakening, your becoming. And in this dance, miracles arise as naturally as sunlight spilling over a quiet hill, as naturally as waves reaching the shore, as naturally as your heart opening to the love that has always surrounded you. Do not seek them. Do not strive for them. Simply be. Simply know. Simply allow. For the divine has already set the stage, has already written the script, has already painted the masterpiece, and you are now stepping into the full expression of it, alive, awake, radiant, and free. You are ready to receive. You are ready to be seen, to be loved, to be celebrated. You are ready for every blessing that has been awaiting your recognition, every opportunity that has been patiently gathering momentum, every divine arrangement that has been quietly moving into alignment for your highest good. And as you breathe, as you walk, as you live in this knowing, you will feel a deep, unshakable joy rising from the core of your being, a joy that cannot be taken away, a joy that no circumstance can diminish, a joy that whispers constantly, "You are loved, you are enough, you are exactly where you are meant to be." So, now, step fully into this life that has been waiting for you. Step forward with courage, with faith, with love as your guide. Let every action, every thought, every intention be infused with the awareness that you are a co-creator with the divine, a partner in miracles, a beacon of possibility. And in this knowing, you will see doors open where none existed, paths appear where there was only uncertainty, and miracles unfold with effortless grace, for you have remembered who you truly are, infinite, whole, beloved, and capable of receiving all that God has prepared. And finally, let your soul rest in this truth, let your heart rejoice, and let your life be a testament to the reality that God is always moving on your behalf, that God is always conspiring for your good, and that God's surprises are not just possibilities, they are inevitable. You have waited, you have hoped, you have believed, and now the moment has arrived. Your life is changing, your spirit is awakening, and the divine is revealing in magnificent and extraordinary ways that all is well, all is love, all is perfectly orchestrated, and all is yours to receive. God is about to surprise you. Your life is about to change forever. And as it does, let your soul rise, let your heart sing, and let every cell of your being remember with profound clarity and unshakable joy that you are eternally loved, eternally guided, and eternally free. Have you ever paused for a moment and felt that deep yearning inside your heart, that subtle but persistent pull, whispering that life is meant to be more than what you see before you? That whisper is not an accident. It is the voice of the divine speaking through your soul, calling you home to yourself. You see, so many of us live in a world that constantly distracts us, urging us to chase after what seems important: money, recognition, approval, the endless chatter of the external world, and yet we forget that the most essential relationship we will ever cultivate is the one with the divine within us. The moment you begin to put God first, the God that is not separate, that does not exist only in temples or scriptures, but the God that flows through every cell of your being, the energy that animates your breath, your thoughts, your very existence, that moment, everything begins to shift. Clarity replaces confusion. Purpose emerges from the fog of obligation. Peace rises to meet you in the spaces where anxiety once dwelled. And all of life begins to flow with a rhythm you have always longed for. To put God first is not about bowing to an external authority or following rituals without heart. It is about recognizing that the divine is your true source, your origin, and the creative force behind every possibility that can manifest in your life. Wayne Dyer once said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." And this is exactly what happens when you align with the divine energy within. Your perception shifts. What once seemed like obstacles are now teachers. What seemed like lack is now revealed as a universe of endless abundance waiting to respond to your alignment. The outer world bends naturally to the inner harmony you cultivate. This is the law of the universe, the principle that has guided mystics, sages, and visionaries for centuries. The energy you put first, the frequency you honor most, is the energy that shapes the life you experience. And consider this: every thought, every feeling, every choice you make is a signal to the universe. Are your signals scattered, filled with worry, fear, or resentment, or are they rooted in a knowing, in a trust that there is a divine intelligence orchestrating every detail of your life? When you put God first, you shift from a life of reaction to a life of co-creation. You stop pushing against the tide and instead flow with the current. And you discover that the current has been carrying you all along, even when you were unaware. Your intuition becomes sharper, your decisions wiser, your moments richer. This is not magic. This is simply the natural alignment of your energy with the intelligence that created the stars, the oceans, and the infinite possibilities of your own soul. Too often, we allow the ego to claim the driver's seat. The ego is clever. It convinces us that we are alone, that we must struggle, that we must fight to survive in a world that is indifferent. And yet the truth is, the ego is merely a mask, a construct that protects us but also limits us. When you put God first, you release the illusion that you are separate. You begin to see that the creative force within you is not just a part of the universe, it is the universe. You are not a tiny spark lost in the darkness, you are the fire itself, the consciousness that illuminates all possibilities. And when you live from this awareness, fear begins to dissolve. There is no need to clutch, to grasp, to resist. Life flows. Doors open that you did not even know existed. Guidance arrives in ways that defy logic yet feel undeniably real. You experience what Wayne Dyer described as miraculous coincidences, moments that seem like chance but are in truth the universe responding to your alignment with its creative will. Putting God first also means understanding the sacredness of your own life. Every moment, every encounter, every breath is infused with meaning. When you wake up in the morning, you are not just performing tasks to get through another day. You are participating in the divine unfolding of existence itself. And when you treat each day as an opportunity to connect, to listen, to create, to love, you begin to see that abundance is not measured by material wealth alone, but by the richness of your connection to life and spirit. Peace becomes your companion, clarity your guide, and purpose your compass. Now some may ask, how do I put God first when life is so chaotic, when bills are due, relationships are fragile, and the pressures seem overwhelming? And the answer is simple, though it may require patience and surrender. Begin with presence. Begin with the knowing that the divine is already in you, already guiding you. You don't need to manufacture it, you only need to acknowledge it. Take a moment in your day to breathe consciously, to feel the energy flowing through you. Notice the stillness behind the noise, the intelligence behind the unfolding events. Let this recognition become the first action of your day. Let it be the lens through which you view your work, your relationships, your challenges. In doing so, you are putting God first, not as an obligation, but as a natural alignment with your highest self. And when you live in this alignment, you will notice a subtle yet profound change. You will begin to attract experiences that reflect this inner resonance. Situations that once caused stress now seem manageable. People who bring energy of love and growth naturally enter your life. Creativity flows more freely, and opportunities that align with your soul's purpose appear almost effortlessly. You are no longer pushing, you are allowing. You are no longer seeking externally for validation. You are discovering the infinite wellspring of divine affirmation within yourself. You are living proof that when you honor the creative force within, the universe mirrors your respect and reverence back to you. Let us also speak of forgiveness, for it is intimately tied to putting God first. Forgiveness is not about condoning what was done to you, nor is it about diminishing the lessons learned from your experiences. Forgiveness is about releasing the energy of resentment that blocks the divine current from flowing freely through you. When you forgive, you are not doing it for anyone else. You are doing it for yourself. You are making space for God to move unhindered within your heart. You are allowing clarity to replace confusion, peace to replace turmoil, and love to replace fear. Remember, the divine does not act through anger or resistance. It acts through the quiet, powerful, unwavering energy of aligned hearts. In this journey, there will be moments of doubt, moments when the weight of the world presses heavily upon your shoulders, and you may question whether this path of alignment is worth it. And yet, it is precisely in these moments that the strength of your inner connection is tested. It is precisely in these moments that your surrender to divine energy can transform what seems impossible into the miraculous. Wayne Dyer often reminded us that you don't need to be better than anyone else, you need to be better than you were yesterday, and putting God first. You are choosing to be better than yesterday, not through effort alone, but through conscious alignment with the intelligence that moves galaxies, that orchestrates life, and that flows as the essence of your own being. So let today be the turning point. Let today be the day you step fully into the awareness that God is not somewhere out there, but within you. Let today be the day you stop chasing, stop resisting, and begin allowing. Align your thoughts, your intentions, your actions with the divine current that already exists inside you. Let your breath remind you of the life-giving energy that flows through every cell. Let your heart guide your choices, and let your soul shine through every moment of your life. For when you put God first, when you honor the creative force within, the world opens up to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Opportunities unfold. Challenges transform. Love multiplies. Peace becomes your natural state. And you realize in the deepest recesses of your being that life has always been conspiring to bring you to this alignment, to bring you home to yourself, to the divine essence that you are. So now breathe deeply, feel the divine presence in your chest, and let it guide every step. Know that the universe does not separate, it does not withhold. The energy that created the stars, the oceans, the mountains, and the infinite expanse of existence flows through you at this very moment. Put God first, not as a duty, not as a distant ideal, but as the living, breathing, creative force within your being. And watch as clarity replaces confusion, purpose replaces aimlessness, and peace replaces every restless thought. You are not separate from the divine. You are its expression. You are the reflection of its infinite creativity. You are the proof that when you align with the energy of God, life itself begins to dance, to flow, and to unfold with a beauty and grace that words can only attempt to describe, but your soul will fully understand. Remember, you are already enough. You are already complete. You are already divine. And the moment you put God first, all of life conspires in your favor. For the universe has been waiting for you to awaken to this truth that the light of the divine shines not somewhere beyond you, but in the very essence of who you are, here and now, always. As you continue to breathe into this awareness, notice how effortless life begins to feel when the divine takes the lead. There is a rhythm, a pulse beneath all things, a quiet order in what once appeared chaotic. You are no longer merely reacting to circumstances, you are co-creating with the very energy that has always been moving through you. Each step you take, each word you speak, each thought you hold, becomes a reflection of this higher intelligence. You realize that struggle, fear, and doubt were never meant to dominate you. They were the mirrors reflecting where alignment had been forgotten, where your attention had wandered away from the current that sustains all life. And now, as you put God first, as you allow the divine to flow without obstruction, you feel a liberation that no external success, no accumulation of things could ever provide. This freedom is not about the absence of challenge. It is about the presence of guidance, of clarity, of an inner knowing that surpasses the logic of the mind. You move with trust because you now understand that life itself is an extension of the divine, and your life, in its smallest and grandest expressions, is a manifestation of that eternal force. There is a stillness that accompanies this alignment, a profound peace that exists even amidst the noise of the world. It is the quiet whisper that tells you, you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are never separate from the source. And in this stillness, you discover that all of the answers you have sought externally were always within. The love you have been searching for, the guidance you have been hoping to receive, the confidence you have been longing to feel, it all resides inside you, waiting to be acknowledged, to be honored, to be activated. When you put God first, you are not seeking to escape reality or avoid responsibility. You are discovering the intelligence behind reality, the invisible hand that orchestrates all things in perfect timing. You are learning to trust that what unfolds, even when it is uncomfortable or unexpected, is part of a plan far greater than the limits of your imagination. And consider how your relationships transform under this alignment. When the divine flows through you first, you no longer cling to others to fill gaps that only the divine can satisfy. You love freely, without expectation, because your joy is not dependent on what another gives you. Your compassion deepens, for you recognize the same divine spark in every soul you encounter. Conflict begins to lose its power to disturb you because you no longer define yourself through the reaction of others. You begin to respond with wisdom, patience, and clarity because you are guided by something far greater than personal desire or fear. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reflect the energy that now leads your life, and you witness how the world responds when love, clarity, and divine consciousness are prioritized within the self. Even your creativity awakens in ways you never thought possible. When God is first in your awareness, ideas flow through you effortlessly, solutions arise spontaneously, and inspiration touches you in moments that previously felt ordinary. This is not luck, it is the natural expression of alignment. The energy that moves through galaxies, that causes rivers to carve valleys, that brings stars into existence, now flows through your mind and your hands. Your work, your art, your very expression becomes a channel for creation itself. You are no longer a passive observer of life, you are an active participant in its unfolding. And every creation, no matter how small, becomes a testament to the power of placing the divine at the center, of allowing life to be guided by something eternal and infinite, rather than the shifting sands of ego and fear. Challenges will continue to arrive, as they always do, because the human experience is built upon contrast, upon the dance of light and shadow. But when God is first, challenges are no longer chains, they are catalysts. They are lessons that refine your awareness, tests that deepen your connection, opportunities that reveal the depth of your strength when you operate from alignment rather than resistance. You begin to see that the struggles that once overwhelmed you are the very instruments that awaken your inner power. The divine does not remove difficulty. It teaches you to move through it with grace, with understanding, with the certainty that you are never abandoned. Each obstacle becomes a step, each moment of discomfort a doorway, and each period of uncertainty a call to trust the intelligence within that has orchestrated your entire existence. And in the quiet hours of reflection, you notice how far you have come, how subtle yet profound the transformation is. Your thoughts are clearer, your heart is lighter, your spirit is brighter. You have learned that surrender is not weakness but strength, that faith is not blind, but illuminated by the knowledge that you are a part of something vast, eternal, and perfectly orchestrated. You begin to move through life, not with resistance, but with flow, not with grasping, but with allowing, not with fear, but with reverence. And in this state, miracles are not distant, they are ordinary. They are the natural unfolding of a life aligned with the divine, a life in which every moment, every breath, every choice is an opportunity to honor the energy that first brought you into being. So continue this journey with courage. Continue with the awareness that putting God first is not an act of duty, but an act of remembering who you are at the core. The divine has never left you. It is not separate from you, nor is it something to earn or achieve. It is the essence of your being, flowing through you as life itself. When you put God first, you recognize that life is not a series of random events, but a sacred dance, choreographed by intelligence beyond comprehension, with you as an integral participant. And as you honor this presence, as you make space for it to guide your choices, your thoughts, and your energy, you will find that the universe begins to mirror back the harmony, love, and wisdom you have embraced. You are no longer a small figure struggling in the world. You are an expression of infinite energy, a reflection of divine creativity, a living proof that when God is first, all things fall naturally into their proper place. And now, in this very moment, take a deep breath and feel it. Feel the energy that is both within you and around you, flowing seamlessly, uniting all things. Let this presence fill every cell, every fiber, every thought. Let it guide you, move you, inspire you, and remind you that alignment is not a distant goal but a present reality. You are already in the current of divine energy. You are already in the flow. You are already the reflection of the infinite. The only question that remains is, will you allow it to lead? Will you honor it first, above all else, so that your life may unfold with clarity, with purpose, with peace, and with the beauty of its fullest potential? And as you choose, remember the divine has always been with you, waiting for you to remember, waiting for you to align, waiting for you to live fully as the magnificent expression of God that you already are. And as you continue to breathe in this awareness, notice the subtle shifts that begin to occur in the spaces around you, in the energy you carry, in the quiet corners of your mind. When God is first, when divine energy is allowed to guide every thought, every intention, you begin to perceive life through a lens of profound clarity. You notice the synchronicities that were always present, yet went unnoticed, the people who appear at the right time, the conversations that unlock new understanding, the seemingly random events that reveal a perfect order behind the surface chaos. These are not coincidences. These are the fingerprints of the divine, moving through your life, gently nudging, guiding, teaching, and awakening you to the truth that all is connected, all is purposeful, and all is alive with intelligence beyond comprehension. And consider the power of your own mind when aligned with this energy. Thoughts are no longer just fleeting ideas, they are sparks of creation, the very language through which divine intelligence manifests. When you put God first, you learn to wield this creative force consciously, to choose thoughts that resonate with love, with clarity, with possibility. You understand that every negative thought, every doubt, every worry is merely a momentary misalignment, a temporary departure from the truth of who you are. But alignment is always available. The moment you pause, breathe, and reconnect to the divine within, you restore the flow. You discover that your mind is not a battlefield but a garden, and what you plant in it will grow. Seeds of fear may sprout, but seeds of love, peace, and clarity flourish infinitely when nurtured with conscious awareness. This is the power of putting God first. Your inner garden begins to bloom in ways that reflect the boundless creativity of the universe itself. And now, let us speak of love. For love is the purest expression of divine energy. When God is first, love is no longer conditional, no longer based on circumstance, no longer measured by return or recognition. Love becomes a force that flows through you effortlessly, touching everyone and everything without judgment or expectation. You begin to see that love is not something you seek outside of yourself, but a current that rises naturally from within. You recognize the spark of divinity in every soul you encounter, and in doing so, you dissolve the barriers that once separated you from the world. The petty grievances, the resentments, the unhealed wounds, they all begin to fade in the light of this love. Forgiveness becomes natural, compassion becomes effortless, and your heart opens wider than it ever thought possible. In this space, you understand that the purpose of life is not simply to survive or achieve, but to allow love in its purest form to move through you, touching every interaction, every moment, every decision. And yet, even as you embrace this alignment, life will present challenges. But now, challenges are no longer threats, they are opportunities. Opportunities to deepen your awareness, to practice patience, to embody the divine energy that guides you. When you face difficulty, you are not alone. The same force that orchestrates the stars, that commands the oceans, that moves mountains, flows through you, supporting you, illuminating your path, reminding you that no obstacle is insurmountable when you are aligned with your true source. You begin to understand that resistance is optional and surrender is powerful. You discover that the struggle you once feared is not the measure of your life, but the invitation to awaken, to step fully into the wisdom, courage, and creativity that were always yours. And with this understanding, every action you take becomes sacred. Every step is infused with purpose. Every choice is guided by clarity. You no longer act from fear, from doubt, from the need to prove yourself. You act from the quiet knowing that flows from the divine within. You move through the world with ease, grace, and power. Not because life is perfect, but because your alignment allows you to navigate imperfections with wisdom and love. You become a living testament to the truth that when God is first, life itself becomes a symphony, a harmonious unfolding of events, experiences, and encounters that reveal the beauty, intelligence, and infinite creativity of the universe. And in this unfolding, you notice a subtle yet profound shift in how time itself is experienced. Moments no longer pass unnoticed. Each breath, each heartbeat, each experience is imbued with significance. You begin to live fully in the present, not lost in regret over the past, nor anxious about the future. The past is no longer a chain, and the future no longer a source of fear. They are both teachers, both opportunities to deepen your connection with the divine energy that flows through all moments. When you put God first, you exist fully in the eternal now, aware that each instant is alive with possibility. Each second is a doorway to awakening, and each thought, each feeling, each choice is an expression of your alignment with the infinite. And consider the ripple effect of this alignment. When your energy is centered, calm, and guided by divine intelligence, those around you feel it. Your presence becomes a beacon, a source of inspiration, a reflection of what is possible when life is lived in harmony with the creative force within. You influence not through force or persuasion, but through resonance. Others sense your alignment and are drawn, consciously or unconsciously, to the peace, clarity, and love that you embody. You realize that putting God first is not only transformative for your own life, but for the lives of everyone you touch. It is a light that spreads, a vibration that multiplies, a testament to the truth that when the source is honored within, abundance, joy, and love flow naturally outward. And so, continue to breathe, continue to feel, continue to align. Let the energy that flows through your being guide you in every thought, every word, every action. Let it remind you that struggle is temporary, that clarity is always available, and that peace is not a distant dream but a living reality. When God is first, life becomes an expression of infinite possibility, a dance of creativity, and a journey of awakening. Every challenge, every joy, every sorrow, every triumph becomes a mirror reflecting the divine within. You begin to live not in fear, not in doubt, not in limitation, but in the full realization that you are a magnificent expression of an infinite, loving, creative intelligence, a consciousness that moves through time and space with purpose, beauty, and grace. And now, as you feel this energy coursing through you, remember the universe has been waiting for you to remember who you truly are. It has been waiting for you to put God first, to recognize that your thoughts, your intentions, your alignment, and your love are not separate from the intelligence that moves galaxies and shapes life itself. You are that intelligence. You are that energy. You are that creative force. And in honoring it, in allowing it to guide your life, you awaken not just to the life you have dreamed of, but to the life you were always meant to live, a life of clarity, of peace, of purpose, of love, and of infinite possibility. We live in a world consumed by the need to control, to understand, to predict. Our minds race forward, attempting to piece together a map, to set up a plan, to hold on to a semblance of certainty in the shifting sands of existence. Yet there is something deeper, something more profound, whispering to us in the quietest of moments, something that asks us to trust the mystery of this life, to stop searching for answers and to simply allow life to unfold in its own divine timing. In this very moment, as you breathe, as you walk through your day, life is unfolding perfectly. But you might ask, if this is so, why do I feel the weight of uncertainty? Why does it feel as though everything is so fragile, so unpredictable? The answer is simple yet profound, because you have forgotten the sacred dance that you and the universe are engaged in. You are not meant to have it all figured out. The universe doesn't demand that you have a blueprint of how everything will unfold. It simply asks that you trust. Trust that the currents are carrying you toward exactly what you need, even when you can't yet see the shore. The mind, with its endless chatter, convinces you that you must grasp, chase, and push against the natural flow of things. It tells you that only through effort, struggle, and control can you secure your place in this world. But deep down, there is a quieter voice, the voice of your soul, that speaks from a place of stillness. This voice doesn't try to control, it doesn't strive to attain, it simply knows that all is well, even when everything seems uncertain. Consider the seasons. Each spring, a silent magic unfolds seeds buried deep in the earth, unnoticed, are nourished by the sun and the rain, sprouting up toward the light in their own time, with no need to hurry. They trust that everything they need is already within them, already provided by the natural rhythms of the universe. Just like the trees that don't force their leaves to grow, you too are part of this natural unfolding. You are not here to force anything into existence. You are here to align yourself with the flow of life, to trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is working on your behalf. There are no mistakes. There are no detours. Every twist in the road, every change of direction, every heartache, and every triumph, these are not signs that you've gone off course. These are simply invitations to trust that the mystery is working. You may not see it yet, but everything is unfolding as it should. Your life is not some erratic experiment. It is a finely tuned orchestration of divine intelligence, moving through you, guiding you, preparing you for something greater than your limited vision can comprehend. It may seem chaotic, disorganized, and unsettling at times, but underneath the surface there is order, there is a plan, and it is unfolding as it should. The paradox is that the more you try to control it, the more you push against it, the more you get caught in the illusion of resistance. The moment you relax, when you surrender to the flow, you begin to feel the magic that lies in the unseen, the beauty in the unfolding mystery. This doesn't mean you don't take action, but it means you act from a place of trust, not from fear, not from desperation, but from a space of deep knowing that all will be revealed in its own time. There is a powerful truth in allowing yourself to be still, in letting go of the urge to figure it all out. When you stop trying to fix everything, you open the door for the divine wisdom that lives inside you to emerge. It is in the quiet moments, the spaces between thoughts, that the wisdom of the universe speaks most clearly. It is here in the quiet that you can hear the voice of your soul. And when you listen to that voice, you realize that everything you need is already within you. You are not lost, you are not broken, you are whole, just as you are. The mystery is not something to fear. It is not something that should cause anxiety or confusion. It is something to trust. It is the unseen hand that guides you, even when you don't understand where it's taking you. It is the force of life itself, the divine intelligence that created the stars, the planets, the oceans, and the mountains. This same intelligence is moving through you, carrying you toward your greatest potential, even when you can't see the path. And so in the moments when you feel lost, when you feel unsure, when you feel as though you are struggling to make sense of it all, pause, take a deep breath. Remember that you do not need to know everything. You do not need to have every answer. You are simply here to trust. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that every experience, no matter how painful or joyful, is leading you exactly where you need to be. Trust that the universe is not separate from you, but that you and the universe are one. What you seek is not outside of you, it is already within you. The mystery is not something to be unraveled, but something to be embraced. It is the space where miracles happen. It is the place where transformation begins. The more you trust the mystery, the more you begin to see that everything in your life is happening for you, not to you. Every challenge is a blessing in disguise, an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for awakening to a deeper truth. The more you resist, the longer the lesson will last. But the moment you surrender, the moment you let go of the need to control, you begin to experience life in a new way. You begin to feel the peace that comes with knowing that you don't have to have all the answers, you simply have to trust. There is a quiet, unseen force guiding you. Every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you to where you need to be. And when you look back at your life, you will see the divine order that has always been at work. Every twist, every turn, every heartbreak, every joy, all of it has been necessary for your growth, for your awakening. You are exactly where you need to be. You are not a passenger in your own life. You are the creator. You are the one who, through your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions, shapes the course of your journey. But you are not doing it alone. The universe is with you. It is working in perfect harmony with you, moving you toward your highest good. Even when you can't see the path, you are not lost. You are on a journey that is unfolding exactly as it should. So let go of the need to figure it all out. Let go of the need to control. Surrender to the mystery. Trust that everything is happening for you, not to you. Trust that the universe is guiding you, leading you to exactly where you need to be. And when you trust, when you allow life to unfold in its own perfect timing, you will begin to see that everything you've ever needed has been with you all along. Trust the mystery. It's working. And in this surrender, something truly miraculous begins to unfold. The resistance you once held so tightly to begins to melt away like frost on a spring morning. It was never yours to carry. It was the illusion of control, the idea that you must direct every moment, every step, every thought. But as you release this need to direct the flow, you discover a grace that moves through you, an energy that knows no struggle. For you see, life is not a series of obstacles to be conquered. It is not a puzzle to be solved or a race to be won. Life is a river, and you are not meant to swim against the current. You are meant to flow with it, to surrender to its natural course, trusting that wherever it takes you, you are exactly where you are meant to be. This river is not outside of you, it is within you. It is the same divine energy that breathes through the trees, that carries the tide, that pulses through the stars. It is within you, whispering to you, guiding you ever so gently toward your highest expression of truth. This force is not bound by time or space. It is eternal. It has always been with you from the moment you took your first breath, and it will never leave you. When you trust this current, when you surrender to the mystery, you begin to realize something beautiful. The answers you seek are not separate from you. They are not out there, hidden in some distant place or moment. They are within. You are not seeking for something that is missing. You are simply remembering what has always been yours. You are remembering your true essence, your divine nature, your connection to Source. As you step into this awareness, the burden of seeking lifts. You no longer search for validation, for approval, or for something outside of you to fill the void. The void that once seemed so vast is no longer empty. It is full of love. It is full of peace. It is full of presence. And in this presence, you begin to see that you are the very thing you've been searching for. You are not separate from the love you seek. You are love. You are not separate from the peace you long for. You are peace. You are not separate from the wisdom you crave. You are wisdom. All that you've ever needed has been planted deep within you, waiting for you to remember it. And so, When life presents its challenges, when you find yourself at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take, trust the mystery. Trust that everything is aligning perfectly. The right people will appear, the right opportunities will unfold, the right insights will come to you. Not because you forced them, not because you demanded them, but because you allowed the universe to work in harmony with your soul. This is the beauty of surrender. It is not passive. It is not resignation. It is an active participation with life itself. When you trust the mystery, you are not giving up on life. You are fully embracing it, allowing it to guide you, to shape you, to move you through the ebb and flow of its many currents. You are allowing life to reveal itself to you moment by moment in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. And as you trust, as you surrender, you begin to notice a shift within you, a softness, a peace that was always there but had been hidden beneath the noise of the world. The world may continue to swirl around you, but you no longer feel the need to control it. You no longer feel the need to manipulate it. You simply allow it to unfold, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor, always moving you toward your highest good. The ego will try to convince you otherwise. It will whisper fears and doubts into your mind, telling you that you need to hurry, that you need to push harder, that you need to figure it all out. But you are no longer bound by the ego's demands. You are listening to something deeper now, the voice of your soul, the voice of the divine, the voice of love. This voice speaks in stillness, in peace, in surrender. It does not rush. It does not push. It simply knows. And the more you listen to this voice, the more you trust its wisdom, the more you begin to realize that there is nothing you need to do to be worthy, nothing you need to achieve to prove yourself. You are already enough. You always have been. You are enough simply because you exist. And in this realization, a deep, abiding peace begins to take root within you. When you trust the mystery, you no longer feel the need to grasp at fleeting moments of happiness or success. You no longer feel the need to control your outcomes. You simply allow life to unfold as it will, with grace and ease, knowing that everything is part of a greater plan, a divine blueprint that you may not yet fully understand, but one that you trust with every fiber of your being. There is a profound peace in this kind of surrender, a peace that comes from knowing you do not have to figure it out because the mystery is already working. You do not have to push, strive, or manipulate your circumstances. You simply need to align with the flow, to trust that everything is working together for your good. And when you align with this trust, life begins to feel effortless. It becomes a dance, a sacred rhythm that carries you with ease through the highs and lows, through the light and the dark. In every moment there is a choice, to resist, to try to control, to fight against the flow of life, or to trust. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when you can't see the bigger picture. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. This is the power of trust. It allows you to let go of the need for certainty. It frees you from the chains of fear and doubt. It opens you up to the beauty of the unknown, to the magic that lies in the mystery of life. And when you trust, you begin to feel the divine wisdom that has always been there, guiding you, supporting you, leading you home to yourself. So, let go of the need to know. Let go of the need to control. Trust that everything is already in motion, already unfolding perfectly, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The universe is not out to get you. It is not punishing you. It is lovingly guiding you, holding you, and showing you the way home. And when you trust this mystery, when you finally surrender to it, you will see how perfectly everything fits together, how everything has been leading you to this moment. You will begin to see the beauty in every moment, in every encounter, in every breath. You will begin to feel the peace that comes with knowing you are not alone in this journey. The divine is with you always, and it is working through you, always leading you toward the light of your own soul. Trust the mystery. It's working, always. It always has been. And in this trust, you discover a deeper power, one that transcends the limits of the mind, the boundaries of time, and the constraints of your ego. This power is the quiet strength of knowing that you are not merely a passenger in your life, but an active participant in its unfolding. It is a force of divine intelligence that whispers to you in the silence, guiding you, pulling you toward the highest version of yourself, one that has always existed, even when you doubted it. When you stop seeking external validation, when you cease the frantic effort to prove your worth to the world, you begin to see that the power you've been looking for has been within you all along. It is not found in the accumulation of things or the approval of others. It is not earned through struggle or sacrifice. It is the simple, profound truth of your divine nature, your eternal essence. You are the very embodiment of love, of peace, of wisdom. And when you recognize this truth, life begins to mirror it back to you in ways you cannot yet fathom. In this stillness, in this surrender, the noise of the world begins to fade. It is no longer able to pull you into its whirlwind of distraction and fear. You stand firm in the quiet, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when you cannot see the path ahead. There is a deep wisdom in surrender and understanding that you do not need to control the outcome. You do not need to chase the illusion of certainty. For when you let go of the need to control, you are open to the boundless possibilities that exist beyond your limited perspective. The universe is not a random series of events. It is not an accident that you are here now, in this moment, reading these words. There is a purpose to your existence, a divine design that has been laid out for you before you even took your first breath. And while the mind may try to resist, while the ego may try to distract you, there is a knowing deep within your soul that you are part of something far greater than you can comprehend. This knowing does not need to be understood by the mind. It is felt by the heart, by the spirit. It is the quiet call that guides you back to yourself, back to your true nature. And so, with each passing moment, as you let go of your need to figure it all out, you begin to experience life with an open heart. You no longer look for something out there to fix you, to heal you, or to make you whole. You recognize that you are already whole, already complete, exactly as you are. And in this recognition, the illusions of lack and limitation begin to fall away. You stop searching for something you believe is missing, because you realize that nothing has ever been missing. It has always been within you, waiting for you to remember. You are not here to achieve, to become, to accumulate, or to impress. You are here to remember. You are here to remember the divine spark that resides within you, the love that flows through your veins, the wisdom that speaks in the stillness of your soul. And when you remember, when you allow yourself to fully inhabit this truth, you stop chasing the distractions of the world. You no longer need the world to tell you who you are, because you already know. You are love, you are peace, you are joy. You are the essence of life itself, embodied in human form. In this remembering, there is no striving, there is no sense of competition, of comparison, of proving your worth. There is only the gentle unfolding of your soul's purpose. You are not here to force your life into a mold that fits someone else's idea of success or happiness. You are here to live authentically, to live from the deepest truth within you, and to let that truth radiate out into the world. And when you do, the world responds. Not because you demand it, but because your energy is aligned with the divine flow, with the eternal wisdom that moves through you and through all things. As you trust the mystery of life, as you release the need to control, you will find that the world begins to soften around you. The resistance you once felt begins to fade. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become mere ripples on the surface of your soul. You begin to see that everything is an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for awakening to the infinite possibilities that lie within you. Every challenge, every joy, every loss, and every gain are simply stepping stones on the path to remembering who you truly are. This is not to say that life will always be easy. There will still be moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments when the ego rises up and tries to pull you back into its grip. But now, you will recognize those moments for what they are: opportunities to trust, opportunities to surrender, opportunities to choose the higher path. When you feel the pull of the ego, when you feel the urge to grasp or to control, simply pause, take a deep breath, feel the stillness within you, and remember that you do not need to fight. You do not need to prove anything. You are already whole. You are already enough. And in this remembering, there is a deep peace, a peace that comes not from external circumstances, but from the knowing that all is as it should be. The universe is not out to test you. It is not out to punish you. It is simply guiding you back to yourself. Every moment, every breath is an invitation to trust in the mystery of life, to trust that you are being carried toward exactly what you need. And when you trust, you begin to see that everything is already here, already within you. You do not need to search for anything, you simply need to allow. As you continue to trust the mystery, you begin to feel a sense of freedom, unlike anything you have known before. You are no longer bound by the need to control, to manipulate, to force life to fit your desires. You are free to be who you truly are. You are free to live from a place of peace, of love, of trust. And when you live from this place, life unfolds with ease. It no longer feels like a struggle or a race. It becomes a dance, a sacred rhythm that carries you through every moment with grace and joy. Trust the mystery. It is not something to be feared or avoided. It is the very force of life itself, guiding you toward your highest good. When you trust, you align yourself with the divine flow of the universe. You stop swimming against the current. You stop trying to force things to happen. You simply let go and allow life to unfold as it was meant to. And in this surrender, you discover that the life you have always longed for is not something you need to chase. It is something you simply need to allow. The mystery is not outside of you. It is within you. It is the quiet wisdom of your soul, the deep knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And when you trust in this wisdom, when you align with it, life becomes effortless. It becomes a beautiful, sacred unfolding, moment by moment. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be. And as you trust the mystery, you will see that everything is working, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Because in the end, it is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. And the journey is always leading you home to yourself, to the truth of who you are, to the love that is within you, always. Trust the mystery. It is working. And so, you are invited not to search, but to rest in the knowing that you are already whole. The path you walk does not require striving or clinging to the idea of an imagined future. It simply requires you to be, to allow yourself to breathe in the now, to trust the unfolding, to surrender to the divine wisdom that has always been guiding you. Each moment is a miracle unfolding, a whisper of the sacred that calls you to remember who you truly are, not who the world tells you to be, but the you that resides deep within, the you that has never been lost, but only forgotten. You are not a seeker, you are the sought. You are not a wanderer, you are the destination. The love you seek is already here, within the deepest parts of you, not hidden or elusive, but ever present, ever available. Peace is not a distant goal. It is the space you occupy when you let go of the need to control. Freedom is not something that arrives. It is what you already are when you release the stories that bind you to the past, when you stop chasing the future and embrace the grace of the present. The very essence of life is in the trust, the stillness, the surrender. When you stop resisting, you become the flow. When you let go of your grip on time, you become timeless. When you let go of your need to control, you become the controller. And in this space, you begin to realize that there is no need to find anything, because everything you've been seeking is already here, breathing with you, living in you, speaking through you. The great paradox is this: in your seeking, you have always been found. In your striving, you have always been home. You were never broken, never incomplete, never lost. You are, in this very moment, a reflection of the divine, unfolding in perfect harmony with all that is. Every breath you take, every thought you think, every heartbeat is an affirmation that you are connected to something far greater than the small self that you thought you were. You are the vastness of the cosmos, the stillness of the stars, the vast oceans and endless skies. All of it is within you. And so I invite you to sit in the quietude of this knowing. No more striving, no more searching, no more grasping. Simply rest in the sacred space of who you are. Know that everything is already in its perfect place. The challenges you face are not signs of struggle, but invitations to trust, to surrender, to allow the wisdom of your soul to emerge and guide you toward the next step in the dance of life. Each moment is a sacred breath of the divine, and you are that breath. In this space of stillness, you become everything you've ever sought. You become the love that is boundless. You become the peace that cannot be disturbed. You become the joy that rises from within, not dependent on external circumstances, but born from the very truth of who you are. And in this space, the world shifts. It no longer pulls you in 1,000 directions. It no longer demands your attention, your validation, or your approval. You no longer need the world to validate your worth, because you have found the deepest truth within. You are enough. You are whole. You are love. So as you walk through this life, let the winds of uncertainty blow where they will. Let the waves of change crash against you. You are not the waves. You are the ocean. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it all. When you trust the mystery, when you let go of the need to know and to control, you stand in the still center of your being, unshaken, untouched, and ever ready to witness the beauty of life unfold. Trust the mystery, for it is never random. It is always purposeful, always moving you toward your true self, always drawing you home to the love that is the core of your being. And in this trust, there is liberation, there is freedom, there is peace. And above all, there is an unshakable knowing you are never alone. You are always supported. You are always loved. You are always home. Trust the mystery. Trust that it is working. And know this without doubt. The light you've been searching for is the very light that has always been within you, waiting for you to remember. The love you have longed for is the love you are forever and always. And so, rest now in the peace that comes from knowing this truth. Allow the mystery to unfold. Allow life to carry you, knowing that you are already where you need to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do, and becoming the truth that has always been your essence. The journey is over, for you have arrived. You are already here. You have always been here. And this is enough. This is everything. Trust the mystery. It is working. There is an ancient truth quietly waiting in the depths of your soul, a truth that has always been here, yet we spend lifetimes looking elsewhere for it. You search in the rush of the world, in the noise, in the chase. You look for purpose, for meaning, for love, for fulfillment, believing that you must find it somewhere outside of yourself. But what if I told you that what you seek is already within you? Not somewhere down the road, not in some distant future, not when you finally achieve what the world says you must achieve. No, it is right here in this moment, waiting for you to stop, breathe, and realize that you have never been apart from it. You see, life is not something that is waiting for you to catch up. It is not something that is going to surprise you once you've done enough, been enough, or proven enough. Life is not a race. It is a revelation. And this revelation does not require you to do anything. No special skill, no grand achievement. Only this, the willingness to stop, to be still, and to feel the truth that is already present. We've been taught from the very beginning to chase. We've been conditioned to believe that we are not enough as we are. The world tells us we must perform, we must achieve, we must show our worth through outward accomplishments. And so we run. We run to fill the void we feel, the void that the world has created by telling us that we are incomplete without external validation. But there comes a moment, perhaps in quiet contemplation or in the stillness of your soul, when you realize, I am not running to find myself, I am running because I have forgotten who I am. And this is the beautiful paradox, the silent invitation that the universe whispers to you. You are already everything you are searching for. You do not need to become more than you are. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to struggle or strive. You need only to return. Return to the knowing that you are already whole. You have always been whole. There is nothing to do. Just be. The ego will argue with this. The ego will tell you, if you stop running, you will miss out. If you stop striving, you will fall behind. But the ego is a trickster, a master illusionist, telling you lies dressed as truths. The ego is a voice that tells you to prove yourself, to fight for your place, to be more than you are, to seek more than what you already have. And yet, when you quiet the ego, when you silence its constant chatter, you begin to feel something different, something that has always been here beneath the surface of your thoughts. This is your soul speaking, and it is not rushing, it is not striving, it is simply being. It is the awareness that has been with you since before time began, the awareness that witnesses your life unfold without judgment, without comparison, without need for improvement. This is your true self, the part of you that is infinite, unchanging, and always whole, and it is already enough. Think of the sky. It does not rush to become the clouds. It does not need to force the rain to fall. It simply is. And in its being, the clouds appear, the rain falls, the sun rises and sets. The sky does not seek validation. It knows that it is complete in its stillness, in its vastness, in its presence. And you too are the sky. The world will tell you otherwise. It will tell you to climb higher, to reach further, to become more. But I tell you now, you do not need to climb higher. You do not need to reach further. You do not need to become more. You need only to be. To sit in the truth of your being and remember that you are not what you do, you are not your achievements. You are not your past. You are the one who watches all of these things unfold. You are the awareness that holds it all. So let go of the need to do, let go of the need to chase, let go of the need to prove. You are enough right now. You are enough in this breath, in this moment. You do not need to change yourself. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to remember who you truly are. And in this remembering, something miraculous happens. The more you allow yourself to be, the more the world begins to mirror that stillness. The more you stop chasing, the more life begins to flow to you effortlessly. When you stop seeking, you begin to realize that everything you've ever wanted has been inside you all along. Peace is not something you find, it is something you return to. Love is not something you find in others, it is something that awakens within you. Joy is not something you seek, it is something you remember. But it requires stillness. It requires surrender. It requires the courage to stop doing and simply be. In the stillness, you will discover the depth of your own being. You will discover that you are not a separate entity struggling to survive. You are part of something much larger, an eternal, infinite presence that connects all things. You are the ocean, not the wave. You are the sky, not the cloud. When you finally rest in this truth, you begin to walk through life with a lightness you have never known. You no longer carry the heavy burden of striving. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone, least of all to yourself. You walk with the grace of someone who knows they are already home. And home is not a place, it is a state of being. It is the awareness that you are always connected to Source, always loved, always enough. The world will continue to be noisy. The world will continue to pull at your attention. But when you are rooted in your truth, when you are grounded in your being, you will remain unmoved. The storms will come, the challenges will arise, but you will not be shaken because you know the truth. There is nothing to do. You are not here to prove yourself. You are here to be. You are here to remember. And so, my friend, I invite you to take a deep breath. Feel the stillness that resides within you. Know that this stillness is not an absence, but a presence. It is the very essence of who you are. And when you align with it, when you rest in it, you will find that everything you seek begins to appear. Not because you are trying to make it happen, but because you have stopped trying to control it. You are already whole. You are already complete. You are already loved. There is nothing you need to do. Just be, just breathe, just trust. And in this trust, in this surrender, you will find the peace you have been searching for. There is nothing to do. Just be. And in that being, you will remember the truth. You are enough just as you are. And in that truth, you will discover the freedom that has always been yours. As you sit in the stillness, you begin to notice a subtle shift, a gentle stirring, not from the world, but from within. It is the whisper of your soul, always speaking, always guiding. And it speaks not in words, not in instructions, but in sensations, in feelings, in quiet awakenings. This is the language of the divine, the unspoken truth that beats in the rhythm of your heart. When you listen to this deeper call, you realize that you have never been lost. You have only forgotten that you are already complete. Forgotten that the essence of the universe has always been within you. Look around you now. See how the world moves, how it breathes. Every leaf, every drop of rain, every breath of wind is an expression of life's intelligence moving through form and formlessness alike. And you too are a part of this. You are not separate from the world you see. You are a manifestation of it. The divine current flows through you as it does through every living being, through every star that shines, through every ocean wave that rises and falls. And yet, you've been taught to believe you are apart from it, as if the miracle of life is something outside of you, something to be earned, something to be attained. But the truth is this: you are the miracle. You are the answer. You are the sacred expression of the same divine intelligence that orchestrates the dance of galaxies. You do not need to search for the sacred. It is here in you now. It has always been. And when you stop looking for it outside, you begin to see it everywhere you look because it is you. Consider for a moment the vastness of the sky. It holds within it the clouds, the stars, the Sunday. It holds both the storm and the calm, but it is not defined by either. It is simply the sky unaffected by what passes through it. And this is how you are meant to be. You are not the passing thoughts. You are not the fleeting emotions. You are the awareness, the vast, boundless sky in which all experiences are held. And when you remember this, when you realize that you are the sky, the storm no longer holds power over you. The winds of life may blow, the clouds may gather, but you remain untouched. In the stillness, you are reminded of this profound truth. There is nothing to do. The mind may rush to fill the space, to seek something to hold on to, but the heart knows the truth. There is nothing to grasp. There is no need to chase. There is no need to prove. You are not here to attain anything. You are here to remember who you are beyond the roles, beyond the titles, beyond the stories. You are the space in which all of this unfolds. It is in this space that you begin to heal. For healing does not come through force, through struggle, through fixing. Healing comes through remembering. It comes through the willingness to return to your original state, to the truth of your being. You were born whole. You have never been broken. The wounds you carry are not yours to fix. They are reminders of the illusion of separation. They are not to be feared, but embraced. For within every wound lies the wisdom of your soul, reminding you that you are not the pain. You are the one who holds it, and in holding it, you transform it. The more you allow yourself to simply be, the more the layers of the false self begin to fall away. The masks you have worn to protect yourself from the world dissolve. The stories you've told yourself about who you are, about your past, your limitations, your failures begin to lose their hold. You are no longer bound by the chains of the past, for you are not defined by your history. You are not the sum of your experiences. You are the consciousness in which all of these experiences arise and pass. You are the eternal witness, the formless observer. And when you identify with that, when you recognize that you are the witness and not the experience, the weight of the world lifts from your shoulders. And so, let go of the need to control. Let go of the need to have everything figured out. Trust that life is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. Trust that every step you take, every choice you make is guided by the same intelligence that created the stars and spun the planets into motion. Trust that you are already on the path that leads to your highest good, and that path does not require effort, it requires presence. And what is presence? It is the simple act of being here, right now, fully awake to the moment, free from the need to analyze, judge, or change anything. Presence is when you stop trying to get somewhere, when you stop seeking approval, when you stop trying to be someone you are not. It is when you allow yourself to be fully immersed in this moment, in this breath, in this life. It is when you release the need for the future to look a certain way, when you stop waiting for the right time to live. The right time is now. The only time is now. And in this now, there is nothing to do, just be. The essence of who you are is already whole. It does not need to be fixed. It does not need to be made better. It does not need to be validated by anyone or anything. It simply is. And in this being, you are free. The freedom you seek is not outside of you. It is not in the next achievement, in the next relationship, in the next job, in the next destination. It is not something you must chase, something you must work hard for. It is already here in you in this very moment. Freedom is the ability to rest in the truth of who you are, to trust in the unfolding of life, to know that you are already complete just as you are. When you realize this, when you let go of the constant striving, you will find that life begins to flow more effortlessly. The things you once thought you had to chase begin to flow toward you. Opportunities appear without you having to force them. People show up not because you're trying to get their approval, but because you are being true to yourself. And in this truth, in this alignment with your soul, you become a magnet for all that is meant for you. But this does not require effort. This does not require struggle. It requires only your willingness to be, to stop running, to stop fighting, to stop pushing, to simply be, to allow life to unfold in its own time, in its own way, trusting that all is well, trusting that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And so, let go of the need to prove yourself. Let go of the need to be more, to do more, to become more. You are already enough. You are already whole. You are already the expression of the divine walking this earth in human form, and in this knowing, you are free. There is nothing to do, just be. And in that being, you will discover that everything you have ever sought is already here, within you, waiting for you to remember. The love, the peace, the joy, it has always been yours. It is not something to attain. It is something to recognize. It is something to awaken to. So breathe in the truth that you are already whole. Breathe in the knowing that you are enough. Breathe in the love that has always been within you, and let it fill every cell of your being. And as you do, you will find that the world around you begins to reflect this truth. The world becomes a mirror of your own inner peace. And in that reflection, you will see there is nothing to do, just be. And in that being, you will finally realize you are the answer you've been looking for all along. And as you rest in the stillness, you begin to notice something even more profound, a subtle presence, not separate from you, but inseparable from you. It is the awareness that holds all things. It is the essence of the moment, unshaped, unformed, yet so full of life. You begin to realize that you are not the thoughts that rush like waves across your mind. You are not the emotions that come and go like the shifting tides. You are the stillness that witnesses it all, the silent observer who watches with love, who holds space for every moment to unfold in its own perfect time. And there in that realization, you discover that you are already whole. You are already the divine presence that you seek, that you have been searching for your entire life. The divine is not somewhere in the distance. It is not hidden from you, not locked away in a far-off place. It is here, in your every breath, in the very pulse of your heart, in the silence between your thoughts. It is the essence of the moment, the stillness that exists beneath the noise, the peace that is always here, always available, if only you would stop long enough to feel it. Feel it now. Allow yourself to sit with that truth, to be with that presence. Do not rush, do not reach for anything. Simply rest in the knowing that all is well, that you are enough, that you have never been apart from the divine. You have been looking outward for something you already possess. You have been seeking completion when you are already complete. You have been searching for the light when you are the light. This is not a truth that can be grasped by the mind. The mind is a tool for understanding, for navigating the world, but it cannot comprehend the depth of your being. It cannot grasp the infinite nature of the soul. No, the mind will always want to dissect, to categorize, to define. But the soul simply knows. It knows that it is already whole. It knows that it is already free. And when you listen to the soul, when you allow its wisdom to guide you, you stop seeking approval. You stop measuring your worth by the world's standards. You stop living in the future in the when this happens, then I'll be happy mentality, and instead you realize that happiness, peace, love, these are not things you find. These are the essence of your being. You don't need to become anything more. You simply need to be. And in this being, you will see the world with new eyes. You will no longer see the world as a place you must conquer, a place where you must prove your worth. Instead, you will see it as the sacred dance it truly is. Every moment will be a miracle. Every breath will be a prayer. Every step will be a surrender. And in that surrender, you will find that life is no longer something you must control. It is something you must trust. Trust that the universe is unfolding as it should. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment right now. Trust that you are not here to force things to happen. You are here to allow them to happen. You are here to be the vessel through which life flows, not the one who controls the flow. The more you surrender, the more the flow becomes effortless. The more you stop trying to steer the current, the more you begin to flow with it. And when you begin to flow with life, everything changes. The weight of the world is lifted from your shoulders. The pressure to perform, to achieve, to become more is released. You stop seeing obstacles as challenges to overcome and begin to see them as opportunities for growth, opportunities to deepen your awareness of who you truly are. For in every challenge, there is an invitation to return home. In every hardship, there is an opportunity to awaken. This is the secret of life. It is not about doing. It is not about achieving. It is about remembering who you truly are. The soul doesn't need to be fixed. It simply needs to be remembered. You do not need to climb higher, to push harder, to strive more. You need only to let go of the illusion that you are separate from the divine. You need only to stop running, stop striving, and simply be. You are not the mask you wear. You are not the role you play. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your successes. You are not your achievements or your failures. You are the consciousness that holds it all. You are the vastness of the sky, the stillness beneath the waves, the silence between the notes of a song. You are the space in which all things unfold. And when you come to know this, when you truly feel it in your bones, something miraculous happens. You begin to live from a place of inner peace. You begin to speak from a place of authenticity. You begin to love from a place of wholeness. Your life is no longer about impressing others. It is about expressing your soul. It is no longer about seeking validation. It is about honoring the divine essence within you. You no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You no longer need to measure your worth by the world's standards. You no longer need to chase after what you think will make you happy, because you realize that happiness, peace, and love are already within you. They have always been within you. And the more you allow yourself to rest in this knowing, the more you become a magnet for all that you desire. Not because you are chasing it, but because you are already whole. And in that wholeness, you attract everything that is meant for you. The more you stop striving, the more you begin to receive. The more you let go of control, the more life flows effortlessly toward you. You no longer chase after love, after success, after peace. You allow them to come to you naturally, effortlessly, because you are no longer pushing them away. You are no longer running from them. You are no longer blocking them with the barriers you've built. You are simply being, and in that being, life is flowing towards you. This is the miracle. The miracle is not in doing more. It is in being more. The miracle is not in achieving more. It is in remembering that you have always been enough. You do not need to change. You do not need to fix anything. You need only to return to the truth of who you are. You need only to rest in the knowing that you are already whole, already loved, already enough. And when you do this, when you let go of the need to become, when you let go of the pressure to do, when you let go of the illusion that you are incomplete, something shifts. The energy around you shifts. The way you see the world shifts. The way you move through the world shifts. You begin to move with grace, with ease, with trust. You stop fighting against life and you begin to flow with it. You stop pushing and you begin to receive. This is the power of being. This is the power of surrender. This is the power of remembering who you are. And when you remember, the world around you remembers too. The world begins to reflect your peace. It begins to reflect your love. It begins to reflect your wholeness. And in that reflection, you will see, you will feel, you will know you are enough. You have always been enough. There is nothing more to do. There is only this. Only now. Only being. And in that being, you will find the freedom you have been searching for. Not the freedom to control the world, but the freedom to be yourself. Not the freedom to manipulate circumstances, but the freedom to flow with them. Not the freedom to escape life, but the freedom to embrace it as it is. And in that embrace, you will remember. You will remember who you are. You will remember that you are the sky. You will remember that you are the ocean. You will remember that you are the light. And in that remembrance, you will be free. And as you sit quietly in the embrace of this truth, you begin to feel it more deeply, more intimately, this deep, infinite, unshakable knowing that you are not here to conquer, not here to achieve, not here to prove your worth. You are here simply to be as you are in the fullness of your being, in the quiet of your heart, in the stillness of your soul. You know that you are not missing anything. You are not lacking anything. You have always been enough. And the more you rest in this knowing, the more the world falls away. Not in a way of escape, but in a way of liberation. You stop looking to the world to validate you. You stop measuring your worth by what others think, by the standards they impose, by the rules they set. You stop chasing the fleeting pleasures of success and approval. Instead, you begin to taste something far richer, something more sustaining, the peace that resides in your soul, the joy that rises like a river from deep within. You begin to realize that you are not meant to fit into the world. You are meant to shine as you are, as the unique expression of the divine that you are. And in that shining, you give others permission to do the same. You have come to know in the deepest part of your being that you are not here to become anything more than you already are. You are not here to run towards something. You are here to return, to remember. To return to the truth of your essence, to the sacredness of your being. There is nothing for you to do, nothing for you to chase. You are here to be in this moment, to be in the fullness of your existence. You are already the light, the love, the truth that you have sought in every corner of the earth. You are already whole. You are already the divine presence unfolding in human form. And so you begin to walk this earth with a quiet certainty. You no longer rush, no longer strive, no longer push. You move with the flow of life, trusting that all will come to you in its own time. You trust that the universe, the divine intelligence that moves through all things, is guiding you gently, lovingly toward your highest good. You are no longer anxious, no longer desperate, no longer seeking outside of yourself for fulfillment. You are the fulfillment. You are the joy, the peace, the love, the wholeness you've been searching for. In every moment, you begin to realize the sacredness of simply being. You feel the aliveness in your breath. You feel the pulse of life in every beat of your heart. You see the beauty in the smallest things, the way the light dances on the leaves, the sound of the wind in the trees, the warmth of a touch, the silence between words. You see that life itself is the greatest miracle, and you are an expression of that miracle. You are the living testament to the divine intelligence that created everything, and you are not separate from it. You are a part of it. You are the whole. You are the universe, breathing itself into being. And with this knowing, something beautiful happens. You begin to forgive yourself, and in that forgiveness you are free. You release the judgments, the shame, the guilt, the fear that have kept you chained. You release the past that has tried to define you. You release the future that has tried to control you. And in that release, you find that you are lighter, freer, more alive than you have ever been. You no longer carry the burden of the past, nor do you worry about the future. You are here in this moment, and this moment is enough. This moment is all there is. And in this moment, you are whole. You are at peace. You are love. And as you stand in this truth, you begin to see the world differently. You see it as a reflection of your own inner state. You see the divine presence in everything and everyone. You see that all is connected, that all is one. There is no separation, no division, no us and them. There is only the one, and you are that one. You are the divine expression of the universe, experiencing itself in human form. And in this realization, you find that there is no need to strive, no need to push, no need to fight. Life is not something to be conquered, it is something to be embraced. It is something to be lived in its fullest expression, and you are already living it. So take a moment now, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel the truth that has always been with you. Feel the peace, the love, the joy, the wholeness that is already present. You are not searching for it. You are it. You are the presence of the divine, right here, right now. You are the light, the love, the truth, the peace that you have always sought in the world. You have been it all along. And when you come to know this, when you truly rest in this knowing, something incredible happens. The world begins to reflect this truth back to you. People begin to see you for who you really are, not the role you've played, not the mask you've worn, but the true essence of who you are. And in this reflection, you will see that you are enough. You always have been. You always will be. There is nothing you need to do. There is only this moment, this breath, this life. And in this moment, you are enough. You are whole. You are loved. You are the divine, walking this earth in human form. And this truth is all you need to know. You are the light. You are the love. You are the peace. You are the miracle. And now, my friend, you are free. For there is nothing more to seek. There is nothing more to do. Just be. And in that being, you are everything you've ever needed. You are home, and you are whole.